So we are 1 minute to 4 o'clock, and we have about 43 students right now. We're supposed to have 64 students. So I hope you have a good break last week, and welcome back to online classes. And I think, while waiting for others to join, thanks to all of you who have submitted your teamwork, right? I think we have done teamwork 5 and teamwork 6, which is the how much drafting the creating the insight statements, and also drafting the how might we questions, right? So I believe that we are moving into the ideation stage, which is brainstorming. And remember this, yeah. So the ideation stage is really for you to throw out your ideas, be wild, and this is the entire session which we'll do today together with all of you to conduct a brainstorming sessions, right? So firstly, I think it's important to guide all of you how to conduct this at least once. We do it together today, and then later on, you can do this with your team, right? So I know that many of your teams have these how might we questions. You probably have 3 to 4 how might we questions that you need to address, and that serve as a precursor to your brainstorming sessions. So before we jump into the brainstorming tool, so let me just go through with you what does it mean by brainstorming. So this typically will take about 30 minutes or so. And I think today we're going to cover a very simple sample, right? So for example, I'm going to ask everybody how might we make WhatsApp more intelligent. I remember talking about the story of WhatsApp, right? How WhatsApp actually used design thinking to redesign the entire this messaging experience on your mobile compared to MSN Messenger. I think they did well as compared to WeChat as well. And they did particularly well compared to Facebook Messenger. Right? I don't like the interface of Facebook Messenger, to be honest. I feel that it's very difficult to type, it's very tiny, and it keeps on popping out, and I couldn't have a way to stop it. And I really don't text people on Facebook unless it's really necessary. I don't have the person's contact number, then I will have to message he or she on Facebook. But literally, it is not a user-friendly apps, to be honest. So I think here we're going to use a tool called Miro, and later on I will take you to Miro, and then we can jump into doing brainstorming together. And on Miro itself, there are a lot of other smaller tools that you can use throughout your program, and you can take it with you, right? And the brainstorming rules today is going for quantity, right? I think I'll go from the last rule first. I think the last one comes first. So go for quantity. Go for as many ideas as you can. All right. So you can go to. Within. I think in the past when we've done this brainstorming with a team of 4 to 5 people, we can generate about 100 different ideas in just 30-minute session, right? So within 30 minutes, you just like keep on pumping, keep on posting your ideas on the board, and you can keep on go for quantity, right? Now, as you are going for quantity, the quality of ideas should not be judged first, and that comes to the first rule, defer judgment. So do not judge whether the idea is great, is it stupid, is it crazy, is it dumb, is it clever, is it wise. It doesn't matter, right? Is it small, is it big? It doesn't really matter, as long as you go for the most ideas, as many as you can within the shortest time period, and that's what we want to achieve out of this half an hour brainstorming session, right? And the third point is encourage wild ideas, crazy ideas, wild ideas, ideas that is achievable. We will encourage that, right? So, for example, you might want to say that, why build a space shuttle, to land on the moon? Why can't you build a ladder, right? Something like that. So it's literally possible. I think somebody have proved it, and you just have to encourage wild ideas. And again, do not judge those crazy ideas yet, because a lot of innovations come from wild ideas. All right, you cannot be coming out with something innovative. If everyone is thinking the standard way, right? If you are thinking a very conventional way, this is the standard, ways of doing things. You have to follow the SOP. So literally, there won't be anything interesting or innovative, right? So just be careful on that. And then build on the ideas of others. Remember, this is all teamwork. You don't have to be defensive. Sometimes it's better to build on ideas of the others. For example, you can always build on top of somebody's ideas, whereby you think that WhatsApp is not user friendly, and your friends that maybe your friend is suggesting that to change the color of WhatsApp, so that you can actually customize the colors based on your needs. And then building on top of that, you may even say that you can customize the buttons, right? So the quick buttons that you can add on WhatsApp. It's not necessarily only sharing location or sharing files or sharing video or doing video call. You can literally customize all the buttons that you frequently use. So you can actually build on the ideas of other people. And of course, stay focused on the topic. So if you are solving an issue about kappa, right? Don't go, too sway away from the kappa issues. You can talking about maybe taking bus or building a train station. So, but be very focused on the topic itself, right? If you are solving a WhatsApp issue, just make sure that you don't talk about Facebook Messenger, right? And one conversation at a time. I don't see this is going to happen. This is going to be problematic for online session because typically if we hold these brainstorming sessions within a classroom, that means physical classroom. I've seen teams arguing with each other, right? So team members arguing with each other. Team members do not agree with each other, and that's very common. Sometimes we have to jump in and to really pacify them, and then just ask them to sit down instead of banging tables and quarreling. We see that happens before. Just to be frank, and just stay focused on the topic. Be neutral. Be friendly as possible. Don't be too hostile, right? So and maintain one conversation at a time. So I think this would not happen in online discussion because you're going to use the tool to actually post up your own ideas individually, right? Yeah, and be visual. Ideas doesn't necessarily come in just text. You can always come up with the visual drawing, sketches, and then to express your ideas in that way, right? So you can also draw examples. Let's say you've seen these ideas somewhere, and you can actually download the pictures and then post it up to be part of the brainstorming board, right? So be visual as possible. I think that's the ultimate key because people can really understand what you're trying to express other than words, right? So it's so difficult to express your idea in words. If you can go visual, just go visual, right? So those are the 7 brainstorming rules. You can find all this on your textbook. Basically, this is the same thing. I extracted this from your textbook. So you can actually refer to your textbook when you're conducting your own brainstorming session. Okay, now this takes us to the brainstorming session that we're going to conduct today. And I'm going to use a tool called Miro, right? So if you can see my desktop, just go to www.miro.com. I'm going to invite you. Don't worry, yeah. So I'm going to create a simple board, right? Miro is a very interesting tool whereby you can create a lot of diagrams, including customer journey map. I see it here, but it is a bit more difficult to use, I would say. But you have all these templates that you can explore, right? It's not just about for brainstorming, but you can really use it for other assignments. Like there are many things that you can create, like mind mapping. You can use a template. You can just draw a mind map from here. You can, of course, create your empathy map. I know that some of you actually create your empathy map using PowerPoint, but that's fine. Yeah, journey map as well, right? So this is a bit more complicated, compared to draw.io. But I think today I'm just going to introduce you some brainstorming tool maybe called brand writing, right? So I'm just going to open up this template and invite all of you in. Okay. Okay, I'll just create a board for our brainstorming today, and hopefully you guys can jump in, right? So this is going to be a template. Yeah, just waiting for it to load. Right. Yeah, you can see that these are all post-it notes, right? And you can see that if I scroll up, you can see the list of participants here. So don't worry about that because we're going to have more than 6 participants today, right? So I want maybe all of you to come on board. And let me just share this out. Hopefully it works. Invite link to bot edit. Yeah, okay. I'll copy this and I will actually paste it on the group chat so that you can click on the link and jump in, right? All right. So just click on the link. Maybe you need to log in using your qup.edu.my email account. And then you can just join me on this online brainstorming. Yeah. Okay. So here I'm just going to prepare. Yeah, I see Alex here. Right, just to make sure that you can join in, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to create a title, right? So don't do anything yet, right? So on my mark, I'm just going to put the title, how might we make WhatsApp, yeah, mind my spelling. You can navigate around first. All right, so the title for today is basically how might we make WhatsApp more intelligent, right? So I'm just going to bold this so that everybody can see. And we are going to do this together, right? So I'm just going to bold this. Maybe make it 20. All right, so I just put it in the middle. Okay, now we start the brainstorming session. So you can just go into any of these ideas or including the participants. Let me just show you how to edit this, right? So you just double click on this and just treat this as your post-it notes. So what I want to do is that I'm just going to throw my ideas, right? How do we make WhatsApp more intelligent? Oh, maybe we can integrate Google Translate in to WhatsApp, right? Sometimes it's so difficult to talk to people who are not communicating with you in their native language, in your native language. So you know that Google Translate is working pretty well, isn't it? So can we actually integrate Google Translate into WhatsApp so that it seems more intelligent, right? So I think just go. I think now we're open to all of you to edit this. So just click on this. If you want to add more, you just like copy and paste, just cut and paste, Control C and Control V, and literally it will duplicate another post-it notes. Otherwise, you can just click on the post-it notes on the sticky notes on the left hand menu. You just drag one of these and then just paste it here, right? You can put the color that you want and paste it here, right? And then start editing. Okay, now let's go. Okay, how might we make WhatsApp more intelligent? So this is our brainstorming question, and just throw your ideas here, right? So any ideas goes. Just go for quantity. Okay, can you start editing? So double click on the ideas. You can start edit and throw in your ideas. Yeah, beauty can function during video call. Excellent. I love that. All right. And thinking about this, right? Why can't we use WhatsApp for classes, online classes. Sometimes we have to send Zoom link or Google Meet link on WhatsApp, and people have to use another tool just to go into Google Classroom, and which is not user friendly at all. Well, can we just use WhatsApp just to do video call? And many students are actually using their mobile, right, to access learning content, or they are on the move, or they are typically in the room. So, why we always have to use a laptop to do online learning, which is not convenient, right? Integrate captions for voice message. Excellent. Love that, right? Keep going, right? Keep going. We can literally create more than 100 ideas. We have 40 people here, about 40 people. So definitely, I think you can do more than 100 ideas. Okay, so I leave it to you, and I'm just going to prepare for the next one. Just focus on the mirror while I'm showing you the classwork later on. Okay. Integrate e-wallet for online transaction. Yeah, at certain point of time, if you just Google on, if you just try to Google, right, WhatsApp, they will try to introduce e-wallet in Brazil, right? In Brazil, because you can use WhatsApp to send money to your friends on your contact list. Why not? Why nobody is doing that, right? Interesting. And this is literally possible, isn't it? Right? Can we make bookings on WhatsApp? We've been ordering meals, on Food Panda. We've been ordering meals, Domino Pizza on Domino's website. Can we just text Domino, since they are on WhatsApp business, just order the pizza from there? I don't want to, go to a separate website and do payment. And literally, I think it makes WhatsApp more intelligent, isn't it? Because WhatsApp has launched this WhatsApp business, and a lot of merchants out there, including food delivery, is using WhatsApp business to communicate with you. And why you have to interact with two platforms? Can everything goes under WhatsApp? And since WhatsApp can send you all the catalogs, the products, and also the links for you to make payment. And why nobody is using WhatsApp for that, right? Okay. Mute the group chat. Excellent. My group chat keep popping up, every day and so, and it only allows me to mute for 8 hours, mute for 1 week, and I can't remember, mute for how many days? Maybe a month. Not forever, isn't it? Adding video call function like Google Meet. Yep. Integrate e-wallet, integrate mini games in chat rooms to play with friends. Possible as well. But remember, yeah, so how do we make WhatsApp more intelligent? Yeah. So it has to gear towards this, yeah. Better privacy. Does privacy make you more intelligent? Maybe, right? Okay. Adding menu option for photo taking. Okay. I thought it should be intelligent enough to adjust the lighting and adjust the ISO, the brightness, and so on. But you want a manual feature, right? Okay. What else? Not using phone storage. Perfect, right? And one thing I hate about WhatsApp is that when I change to a new phone, right, I have to migrate my chat messages. I have to save it on the cloud, and then I have to stop my WhatsApp or uninstall it, and then when I switch to my new phone, I have to re-download WhatsApp and then to import all my contacts and all my past messages into my new phone, right? So why can't it be seamless? Just like iCloud. So if I get a new iPhone, I can literally do nothing, and iCloud will actually sync all the messages for me, right? So what if WhatsApp have this? What does it call? Um, Maybe you are able to um, share screen. You can't share your screen on WhatsApp. You can do video call, but unlike Google Meet, you are not able to share your screen. Okay, you can still use your camera, but either it's front or back camera, but you are not able to share your screen on WhatsApp. Okay, screen sharing exactly. Okay, able to prioritize important messages. Yep. Okay, very good. WhatsApp Pay, good. Ability to translate text. You can see that some of the ideas are repeating, right? That's fine, right? So we'll get to the next stage in 5 minutes time, and then we'll do uh, the next step in brainstorming. Yeah. So I let you, play around for the next couple of minutes, and then we'll jump into the next step, which is called ideas bundling. Okay, what is this? Couldn't see this. Oh, can you just edit the message or maybe make it bigger? Why is there a interesting? Why is there a chat icon there? Okay, so I'll just change this. Okay, cut and paste, and also this as well. Okay. All right. So one more minute for you to wrap up. Wow, plenty of ideas here, right? So 6 by 10, we have about 60 ideas, I would say. Okay. All right. Right. So just finish off your last sentence, and we are ready for the next step. Right. Now, go back to my screen. All right. So just listen to my instruction first. So if you check your classwork here, this is what you're going to do, right? So on week 5, which is this week, by the end of next week, you and your team will have to reconvene, after Raya, and then to actually use your how might we questions, just like what we do just now, as the props. And then you're going to do brainstorming together on Miro, right? Brainstorming as many ideas as you can for each how might we question. So if you have 4 how might we questions, you have to do 4 times, yeah? Follow the idea brainstorming rules as I mentioned to you just now. And now you have got a lot of ideas now, right? So we have a lot of ideas now on Miro. Now this is basically um, what we're going to do next, right? So we're going to do a step called ideas bundling. So we're going to bundle the ideas together, similar ideas or ideas which come at the similar themes or patterns or features, we have to bundle it together, right? So we have to cluster it together, bundle it together, and then to find a common theme, right? So now start building groupings out of the themes and patterns you have found. Focus on translating what you have heard into practice. Now we're going to do that, right, together. Okay, now I'll just go back to the Miro. I'll just go back to Miro. Okay, now I need all of you to stop, and then we'll just do this bundling together. Okay, now if you look at my first one, right, integrate Google Translate into WhatsApp, right? So this is more like a mini program feature, right? So I think doing translation, right? So I just put it here. To make WhatsApp more intelligent is to have translation feature, right? Translation. Okay. Okay, now, can you just look for others translation feature and then put it here? I've seen, somebody actually put that. So if you contributed maybe translation, multilingual, just put it here. Multi-language. Or just call it language translation, right? Okay, so anything about language and translation, go here, right? Okay, now, while the rest of you are working on that, we can have something like privacy, right? Okay, I see privacy here. But before we do privacy, maybe we do something like payment, right? So if you think that payment can make WhatsApp more intelligent, like incorporating e-wallet now, or you call it WhatsApp Pay, can you just put it on the right hand side, top right hand corner? Can you just drag your post-it notes over there? Right, exactly. All right, so anything do with video call, right? So if you have video call feature, you have this you know what's it called? Facial to beautify your faces, whatever, video call feature, or you call it advanced video call, right? Or screen sharing, that can come under video call, right? You can just drag it on the top left hand corner, right? So beauty cam, right? Beauty cam is part of the video call, right? Live video streaming, okay? Maybe here something to do with video, right? Advanced video, right? Okay. And then we can have something more like advanced messaging. You can pin the messages. You can have different color code. You can do tagging, advanced messaging feature. Maybe you can put it at the left-hand corner. You are able to prioritize messages. Right, just drag it over here. Right. Self-destructing messages. And I can think of one more feature, right? Can I send messages at a scheduled time? But I don't want to send a message now because I don't want to disturb people. I was like working until 5 a.m. in the morning, and obviously, I thought something that I want to communicate with my team in a group chat, but I don't want to disturb them. Then maybe I'll just schedule the message. Or maybe tomorrow is Mother's Day or Father's Day, right? So instead of texting my dad, now, late at midnight, and I can schedule a message to maybe send a message at 7 a.m. in the morning because I know that my dad wakes up early in the morning, right? Okay, ability to create. Yeah, okay. Now this is okay. Now, if you want to make WhatsApp, um, you can help me to create this section as well, right? The different themes also. Like you want to make WhatsApp as a learning tool. Let's say creating quizzes, games, interesting stuff. Can you just drag it to the right hand corner, right? Okay, now anything to do with camera, right? So we've seen maybe a few ideas related to advanced camera feature. Okay, pin the conversation. You can see that I will move it to advanced messaging, right? Automatic connection to other device. Where should we put it? It's okay first, right? Integrate file viewer like PDF. This is so-called advanced messaging, right? So you want to view that in your message. For adding manual options for photo taking, this is an advanced camera feature. I'm not too sure whether this is, I should call it advanced or not advanced, but let's put it there first. Let user access WhatsApp without active phone connectivity. Okay. So this is something to do with connectivity, right? Okay, I can just put it here. And I can see that there's also automatic connection to other device, which is connectivity as well. Marked as unread. Message will be shown as unread, right? So this is all messaging, right? You can mute the group chat, right? WhatsApp on web browser. Do we already have WhatsApp on the web? I think we have it, right? You can use WhatsApp on the web, isn't it? So I'm not too sure what you meant by WhatsApp on WhatsApp on web browser. Oh, I get what you mean now. So just like Chrome browser, you want WhatsApp to have their own browser. Okay. So I don't know where to put this, but we just leave it here. Able to select different cloud service to back up chat history. Where should we put it? Chat, right? Messaging. Or you can create another section called backup. Right, it's up to you, right? You can always keep creating a new cluster. Okay, backup or phone memory, backup and memory is, is probably related. Keep reminders for meeting, right? Reminder is on the top, good. Allow photo to be viewed without the downloading, right? Preview. I will just delete this, it's not used. Participant 6 is not used. Include and calendar, right? Okay, now we can put this as an maybe additional apps. Just like WeChat, right? You can install mini programs, right? I call it like mini programs. Okay. Integrate hand gesture. Hand gesture should be video call, isn't it? Advanced messaging, advanced audio, maybe audio, right? Okay, so fine. So anyway, I won't be able to do all. You can see that, okay, these are all voice here, right? So voice is over here. do WhatsApp face detection emoji. Allow WhatsApp to you to what's that? Allow WhatsApp to use face detector emoji. Oh, I see you. Okay, that could be something like video call, isn't it? Just like Snapchat, you're trying to make WhatsApp like Snapchat, isn't it? You can put, the funny characters. Voice assistant, yeah, very good. This is related to audio. Okay, let me just put one of this here. Make WhatsApp the default communication app when internet connection is available. All right. So, okay, we won't be able to go through every single ideas, but these are all great ideas. Seriously, people, and I really love your ideas. It's so simple. Some of them are pretty wild, pretty interesting as well. And you can see that within just half an hour, less than half an hour, you guys can really put up a lot of ideas, right? So you can do this with your team. And basically, the first step is to throw the ideas. Second step is just to bundle the ideas, right? So you have bundling the ideas into different, I would say, categories. You may say these maybe different themes or patterns. That's fine, but make sure you have all these title on top, right? Now, that takes us to the next step. Okay, now the next thing that you need to do for your for this week is basically something called solution description. Let me just go back to my slide, right? It's okay, you can just continue to participate in the brainstorming. And this is a solution description. After brainstorming, let's say you got 4 how might we questions, you actually do or you actually conduct very simple, 4 brainstorming sessions, mini brainstorming sessions. You can do it maybe in one or 2 hours. You have to fill up the solution description worksheet. All right, so very simple. Our solution, basically, the solution description worksheet is really for you to write down what are the most important benefits of your solution for your target users. Remember, in problem description, in a problem statement itself, we have this target user, right? So make sure your solution is addressing the same target users that you have identified in your problem statement with the same characteristics. And of course, for the problem that you have identified, you have to translate all your ideas in your brainstorming session into the benefits, right? Our solution is to create blah 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 for what kind of user, so that they can have benefit 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? I give you one sample here, yeah. So after brainstorming session, you have to maybe write down or select 4 most important benefits from your brainstorming session, right? So that our solution is to, for example here, our solution is to build a mobile app, right? For QIU students who needs to commute in between buildings so that they are able to track the bus location at real time. Notification is sent 10 minutes before the bus arrives. Support touch and go on the bus. Connect to free Wi-Fi broadband on the bus, right? A simple thing, right? So the mobile apps is able to track the bus location. It is able to notify you 10 minutes before the bus arrives. It's able to support touch and go. It's also able to connect to free Wi-Fi on the bus. Okay, look at this, yeah? So a very simple solution description, right? So now we're going to do this solution description and fill this up into here, right? So for example, in a WhatsApp example here, so our solution is to do what? Our solution description is to make WhatsApp more intelligent for WhatsApp user. Benefit number 1, so that it has advanced messaging feature such as prioritizing important messages. You can mute the chat group. You can self-destruct the message. You can send scheduled messages, right? Everything under that advanced messaging criteria. And it is able to perform advanced video call, like it has a beauty cam, it has a screen sharing, blah, 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 right? So benefit number one is to have advanced messaging feature that includes translating messages, maybe doing advanced backup, whatever, everything to do with messaging goes here. Benefit number one. Benefit number two, it has advanced video call feature, right? Which includes beauty cam, blah blah blah, right? And also it has advanced camera feature as well. You can just choose 4 here. I know definitely we have more than 4, but ask your team to vote. Which are the 4? Which 4 are the most important features that qualifies to be in the solution description worksheet, right? Don't give me 10, yeah? So just give me the top 4, the top 4 benefits, right? So always look for the top 4. So I know that we have about 6 to 7 themes here, backup, mini programs, connectivity, payment, but choose the 4 most important ones and put it here, okay? Just like this one. Can you do that? This is just, this week assignments, right? Very simple, right? First, do brainstorming, bundle the ideas, fill up the solution description worksheet, right? It's all given to you here, right? So if you go back to week 5, these are all the tasks, and you can just use the solution description worksheet template, which is a PowerPoint. I have given 2 samples here. The first sample I've shown it to you. Maybe I'll just show you the second sample. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Good. Okay. Our solution description is to build a library with advanced equipment. Blah blah blah. Benefit number 1: built-in adjustable and antibacterial barriers. I'm going to show you their design afterwards. Yeah. Okay. This is their design later on. Benefit number 2: noise cancelling headphones. Right. The library actually, they can rent you noise cancelling headphones so that you can concentrate in your online classes. There's a lock chair with movable seats to provide personal spaces. There are also charging facility on the desk. And this is what they built, right? So don't go into this step yet, because this is actually the prototype that they have built, right? From their solution description. So next week onward, once you have your solution description, then we can go on to build the prototype, right? So this is the prototype built based on their solution description. If your solution description is not definitive enough, that means there are still some gray areas. You do not know exactly what you are trying to build. You won't be able to go into the prototyping stage. So make sure that whatever you describe here in your solution description, that makes a very clear sense to you how to build it in the next step, right? So make sure it is clear exactly what you want to build and what benefits does it carry to the target users, right? So this is very important, right? And this is what they built. They actually went on to build the prototype. You can see here. Seriously, these guys are pretty good. They really go and build this up, yeah, as part of the prototype, right? And they show you by diagrams how they build it. Because of COVID-19, you have to not just maintain physical distancing, but it will be more protective if you can have all these barriers, right, in the public spaces. Okay, so they really build it up as part of the prototype. So these are their diagrams, and they build it up like this, right? So again, they show you this probably some diagrams that they have downloaded from the internet, but they have shown you their concept, right? How to build this and how to build the USB charging port for each working desk in the library, right? So anyway, I think for this week, just focus on brainstorming, come up with the solution description, and that's enough for next week. Okay, is it clear? We have 15 minutes left.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, for the brainstorming, is that we have to collect the ideas and the solution that are suggested by our interviewers?
No, it's better for you to think about your own ideas. Of course, you
Oh,
may say that, oh, I've heard this from one of the interviewee. Um, that's fine. You can put it down as part of your idea in your brainstorming, right?
hmm. So the brainstorming is based on our team's idea, whatever we think we want to do about it, right?
Exactly, exactly. Because your team will be carry out building the product later. So it's very important that all these ideas come from you, and you
Hmm.
know exactly how this idea works. All right,
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you so much.
all right. So I hope it's clear to everybody else, right? Okay, now with that, I think I will need to brief you about the final submission, right? So because we are just like one more step um, to finish up the entire syllabus. This is a short stand, so I hope it's not too heavy for you because I've condensed all this into very simple for all of you guys. And as you can see, until now, it has been pretty organized. I hope, yeah, I hope it has been systematic and organized. And seriously, to be innovative, you don't have to be messy. And sometimes it's going to be messy, but we teach you a systematic process to go through the creative problem solving method, right? Okay, now, if you look at the new section here, I've posted this on Google Classroom. The section is called Prototype, Presentation, and Project Report, the 3 Ps, yeah? And these are all graded, yeah? So you have to create your prototype based on your solution description. You can design your prototype. We'll talk about prototyping next week. Don't worry, you have time to do your prototype. Do not worry now. Just focus on your solution description first for this week, and then we talk about prototyping next week. Yeah. But before that, I just want to give you the general overview of uh, how you're going to submit your 3 Ps. Yeah. So the prototype, presentation, and project report. Okay. Now, first, if you couldn't finish your prototype, you won't be able to present. Okay. So you have to finish your prototype first before you present. Okay. Now, when it comes to presentation, that's pretty simple. Okay. And I make it simple for all of you. Seriously, the presentation should be in recorded video format. So you don't have to present in front of this Google Classroom. You can pre-record the video. You can do some video editing, make it nice, make it work, make it beautiful, rehearse your script, or you can read, just right in front of desktop with a script, right in front of you. So do not worry. And each team will have to record your presentation video, prior to submission, yeah, to demonstrate your prototype, right? My presentation is very easy, yeah. So don't tell me grandmother story. Just go in to talk about first thing, your prompt statement, your solution description, what you're going to build, and then straight jump into your demo. Okay, I want to see the real thing. I don't want to see anything on PowerPoint on words. Yeah, and then you upload your presentation video on YouTube. Publish it as unlisted. That's fine with me, or public, right? So and then submit your YouTube URL to Google Classroom under this submission link, right? And then post the YouTube video to Google Classroom stream to let other people to participate in Q&A. I will talk about the Q&A later, yeah? Okay, the video format is MP4 or any format that can be uploaded to YouTube, right? This is compulsory. The video duration should not be more than 10 minutes. You have ample time, right? I'll do a breakdown for you later on, yeah? You may present as a team or you can appoint somebody who can really speak very well to represent the group in presenting the video, right? But all team members will receive the same mark, right? Okay? So make sure that this is a teamwork, yeah? Dress code, I'm not particular though. You don't have to dress like me, right? Obviously, just make yourself comfortable. it is the quality of your prototype that I'm going after, right? So you won't get extra points for, wearing a nice coat or ties or, polished boots. I won't be able to see your boots anyway. Okay, now, presentation format. All right, cover slide, just put your team name, the list of the members. You don't have to introduce your friends, yeah? So don't spend 30 seconds just to introduce your friends. But spend 30 seconds to talk about the title of the project because I can see your names, right? You don't have to, introduce your friends, or this is my friend from BBA, my friend from BCS, my friend from BBT. You don't have to do that, right? Please, yeah? But just say we are from, innovative team. Our project title is to build a nice chair for the library or to make WhatsApp more intelligent, right? Simple thing, right? Within 30 seconds. Okay, first slide, cut and paste your prompt statement and then read it out loud, right? We give you 1 minute to do that. Slide 2, solution description, another 1 minute, right? So you wouldn't have to really explain it beyond 1 minute, seriously. If you will put your solution description in the concise and precise manner, literally you can really read everything out within 1 minute, right? We've tested this many times. If your solution description is so long that you need more than 1 minute to talk about, you need to revisit your solution description. That means you have not sharpened your thoughts and you need to revisit some of the benefits or features there, right? I think it's not very clear. So make it concise and precise. After that, you have 7.5 minutes to talk about your product. Every single feature, design, function, how it works, everything about your product has to be included or explained, elaborated in your prototype demo, right? You can have different angles, you can have top-down view, you can have, you can show or demonstrate how you use the prototype, you have 7.5 minutes to do that, right? And that's it, right? 3 slides and demo your prototype, right? Now, the good thing about doing online presentation is I do not require you to present it in front of me, but you're also presenting in front of your classmates, right, or your classmates. So online Q&A is open to all students on Google Classroom. You post your YouTube URL on Google Classroom stream, which is over here, right? You just post it up here. I can show you one example later on. This is where you post your Google, your YouTube link. In the past, if you look at the past semester students, right, what they did, okay, so they post it up all here. Let me just show you, right? You can see that they comment, right? People ask questions, people comments, and this is what we call Q&A, right? I want you to actually ask questions here. So for those people or for those students who ask questions or post at least one question to any teams other than your own team, you get 5 extra bonus marks in your presentation. All right? So you get 5 extra bonus marks in your presentation if you ask at least one question, right, after your submission, right? So you can just pause it up here. And of course, the team will actually respond to you, right? So they always respond to your questions because they also want to get the 5 extra marks. So that comes under presentation, yeah? So there's only 3 things here. It's all posted on Google Classroom. And I'm just going to talk about the report format, right? Again, I make it simple for you. Same thing. Project report should be easy. And the format is given to you. Use this template. Don't use any other Word template. Stick to this template. You just have to fill out the blanks, yeah? So project report is due on 18th of June 2021. You have about 1 month's time to submit your project report, right? 18th of June. You still have 1 month. Each team will have to submit 1 report, and each report carries 40% towards your final grade, right? So now let's go into the report. Again, the team name, the team member's name, and so on. Very importantly, first thing, part 1, your problem statement, cut and paste here. Okay, I made it very clear. I do not want your problem statement canvas, right? Don't cut and paste your problem statement canvas. I just want a single, concise, and precise paragraph or sentence about your problem statement, covering all the perspectives or aspects that I want. The target user, the context, the emotional and quantifiable impacts, the problem statement itself, right? So cut and paste here. You wouldn't need more than one paragraph to fill this out, right? Second part, solution description, same thing. You see, it's going to be the same thing, right? Cut and paste from your slide or cut and paste from this week work into here. You can provide some pictures, screenshots of your prototype, right? Team reflection, yeah, this is important. Yeah, this is what I'm going to look at for your project report. For teams who have not going through design thinking process, or if they don't follow through the design thinking process, literally they won't be able to write a lot. Just like I asked you to write a travel report to Korea. Oh, sir, I've never been to Korea, right? And I'm trying to fact it. So what I'm going to write in my report is maybe I just copy from some travel website because I've never been there, right? So, and it is very difficult to write because you're just copying here and there. But if I were to ask somebody who have been to Korea, right, who have been to Korea, and then if I were to ask he or she to write a report, a simple report, just tell me about the journey, I think within split second, he or she is able to write it, like a few paragraphs, because he or she has been to Korea before, and it's so easy for her to actually do a travel journal, right? So it's the same thing for design thinking. If you haven't been through the journey, the design thinking journey, literally your team will not be able to produce a good team reflection. Right? You won't be able to talk about the key learnings from this course. You won't be able to tell me about what went well and what didn't go well. Definitely there'll be challenges, right? Don't tell me everything goes well. That's just that's just a lie, right? So how does your team resolve conflict and differences of ideas? How design thinking can be applied in your future project? So write all these things here, and this literally takes you 1 or 2 pages, right? Again, as I said, for teams who have not gone through every single step by step, they won't be able to produce the team reflection. Or the team have frictions, that means they quarrel, they argue with each other, they won't be able to produce a good team reflection report. Right? These are all teamwork here, yeah? Snap a picture of your team during brainstorming. If you are doing brainstorming on Google Meet or Zoom, please do a snapshot of your team pictures. And this is very important, yeah, to show that you guys are working together. Okay, lastly, your appendix. These are all evidence, yeah. So again, if you do the weekly assignments that I've given to you, you are able to submit all the documents as evidence, right? How did you do customer journey map? How did you actually create insight statements? How do you come up with your problem statement? Did you do interviews or not? Did you actually do questionnaire? Who are your persona? Who are your target users? Where are your brainstorming, the Miro dashboard? Can you just screenshot and cut and paste that into appendix? So these are all project evidence, yeah? So these carry marks as well, right? So all supporting information, including your problem statement canvas, your solution description worksheet, everything comes under appendix, right? Is it clear? So for teams who have not do anything, they just jump into prototyping without going through problem statement, solution description, doing brainstorming. They just went into going to build their prototype. Literally, they do not have anything to show me in the appendix, or there could be very little information to show me in the appendix. So make sure you put everything together, right, in the appendix, right? So everything has to go under here, right? So that's it for your project report, 40%, right? So first part is done. Second part, you're doing it this week. The third part is your team reflection, which you're going to write after your project. And the fourth part is basically cut and paste from all the work that you have carried out throughout the 7 to 8 weeks. Clear? All right, so one last thing, yeah. I've also posted the FAQ, the frequently asked question, right? So don't come and ask me again and again, yeah. So this is also very important. I've been asked many times in the past semester regarding some of the most common questions that people ask me during design thinking courses, right? So frequently asked question, take a look. So can we change the topic problem solution now? Yes. All right. Again, you have about 1 month to go, right? Same thing. For long semester, I will always give my students about 1 month to finish up their prototype, right? So you have about 1 month to go. You have ample time. Second question, do we have to resubmit all the previous teamwork? If I change the topic now, maybe yes. It's not compulsory, but remember, your appendix carry marks. I would encourage you to redo all the previous teamwork. If you should you change your topic now, you can still rework all your teamwork previously, right? It's not difficult to do so, seriously. You have done it once, you're just repeating the process. And in the second or third round, you can even do it faster because now you have more experience, right? Third question here, I have issues with my team. Oh, I cannot get along with my teammates. May I move to another team now? Yes. If you can find a team who wants to accept you, and if you can maybe form a new team with at least 3 team members, all right? You can always move the team now. You can always swap teams. It's up to you, right? Provided that these are mutual consent and mutual respect, yeah? So if you want to leave the team, inform the team leaders and make sure the other team accept you as well, right? Do we have to create both digital and physical prototypes? I will cover this in next week, but the answer is not required, right? Create a prototype based on your solution description. And most importantly, your prototype has to solve your problem statement, right? Next question, must our prototype be something new? No. Create a prototype based on your solution description, again, that solve your problem statement. Next question, must our prototype be high-tech? The answer is no. Same answer, create a prototype based on your solution description that solve your problem statement. Same answer, yeah? We use Draw.io to sketch our prototype. Would this be sufficient? No, that's the bare minimum, right? If you just draw your prototype without building the prototype, your prototype is not functional, right? So remember, you are just sketching your prototype on paper or on digital format. But I want you to build the actual prototype, right? Can we use tools other than the one taught in classes? Yes, of course, right? There are plenty of tools for you to use. And during prototyping stage, we are going to show you a few tools to build mobile apps, to create digital prototypes, to create nice user interface, to create a paper prototypes, to create a physical prototypes as well, right? So you can actually look at the videos posted on Google Classroom. And in the recorded presentation, do we need to record our faces? Yeah, these are all the questions asked by past students, yeah. So you don't get extra marks for your handsome and pretty faces, okay? So not required. I want the quality of your prototype, not the quality of your beautiful faces. Do we submit as a team or individual report? It's a team report, yeah? So get your team lead to submit, right? And lastly, can we submit late? I do not tolerate late submission, right? You're going to get 0 mark, yeah? And last semester, we have one student who didn't do anything. He didn't participate in the class. He didn't submit the class work. Nothing, right? So he got 0, right? And I don't tolerate, I don't entertain late submissions, right? So be punctual and be prompt, right, in your submission. And do we need to submit turn it in report? this is not a tax assignment, yeah. So no, unless you can copy the products from other people. I doubt so. So far, I have not seen one product which is the same, which is the same as the past products that I've seen before, right? Every single product is unique. Even though you might be solving the same problem, but the product and the solution that you're going to build, the features and functions are going to be different, right? So you won't be able to copy from other people, right? So it's as simple as that. All right, so that's the end for FAQ, and I hope I clarified this upfront so that you know what to do, and obviously, and hopefully that we are able to cover more things, sometime next week when it comes to prototype. And the way how I run prototype session is going to be very different from how I run classes right now. So next week, we are going to break out into different smaller group sessions. Okay, so I'm going to have one-to-one session with individual teams. I will post this timetable for you. Again, next week you just jump into this call when during your time slot. So we allocate 2 hours. Maybe we start a bit earlier, maybe at 3:30, so that people can jump in, and then we can hold a 2 hour session. So I'm going to give 15 minutes for each team to brainstorm with you on your prototype. And of course, I want this to be targeted conversation because obviously, team A and team Z, right? They are not going to work on the same prototype, and therefore the tools that they're going to use is going to be different. So I don't want to waste time, teaching teams who are building physical prototypes about mobile apps. I want to be, doing this a bit more using a targeted approach. So if you are building mobile apps, I'm going to show you all the nice tools, all the tools that you need to build mobile apps, right? For the teams who are building physical product, I'm going to show you all the tools that you can use to build physical products. So let's not waste time, all right, in the class. Because I do this in the class, then I'm not doing this, but I wasted half an hour listening to things that I don't need, right? So I don't want that to happen. So this will be targeted approach. I'll send out the timetable to all of you so that you just log in at the time slot so that we won't waste time. So the most you're going to spend is 15 minutes. Of course, you can stay on in the class just to see what other teams is doing. That's fine, right? But for teams that is having that slot that I've assigned to you, 15 minutes, I think all the team members have to be present, right? So we'll ask you a bit, maybe we'll do brainstorming together about your prototypes, how to carry out your prototypes, and how to build your prototypes in your team, right? So with that, I think that concludes the session today. We are a bit over time, but I hope that's clear. So if you have questions, you may stay back to ask me questions, right? If not, I want you to fill up your attendance, right? Fill your attendance and then answer the questions. And obviously, today we're in brainstorming stage. Don't write the wrong answer. We are actually in the third stage, right? Which is idea and brainstorming, right? And fill out your attendance, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much. If you have questions, you can stay back and ask me questions. As long as you yeah, you answer the attendance wrongly. So sad.
Sir, is it the answer is ideating?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I still have tekan the answer.
Yeah. Thanks for your honesty.
Have to be honest, sir.
What is best policy?